Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Diligent, and I come with a heavy heart because I wanted to talk about something that's been totally blown out of proportion on the internet, on YouTube, and on Twitter. I want to talk about Issac Kappy. I'm going to give you the timeline of events that led to his demise. It's with a heavy heart, like I said, because I'm a recovering addict, and I think I know what happened to Kappy. So this all starts in Hollywood, where I think Kappy got blacklisted. But anyway, he was being investigated because through Kappy's own admittance, he had a gambling problem, he had drug problems. I don't want to speculate too much. But one thing is certain, he got out of control. Like, that's what happens when you do drugs, man. Your life just starts spiraling down. And the people who are your friends who aren't using you, that are real friends, you know, they're going to confront you about it. They're going to try to get you into rehab, try to get you help, you know, try to put you back on the right path. And that's why I think Seth Green and his wife Claire, and maybe his girlfriend Paris Jackson did at the time. This is when it really all started, is when Kappy choked out Paris Jackson. And, you know, I'm not sure if he ever got charged with it or anything, but supposedly Paris was in fear for her life. You know, sometimes bad breakups and passion will do that. I'm not going to fault, you know, shit happens. That's life, you know. Nobody's perfect. And maybe Kappy was blacklisted, but he had to leave Hollywood. Within a few weeks of him leaving Hollywood, he posted a picture of himself with David Brock on Instagram. And David Brock runs Media Matters, which is a Soros-funded operation. And within a week of that, he was actually recruited by Thomas Shoenberger, he's a composer, but he's so much more than that. He's like a career criminal con man, like high-level con man, you know, like he's been grifting people for well over a decade. I've seen a picture of Thomas Shoenberger wearing a medal that's presented in a ceremony for your 33rd degree as a Freemason. I don't know if he's a Freemason or not, but when you look into Cicada, which Thomas Shoenberger is supposedly running, you look through their little library of books for things that you would need to complete the Cicada 3301 puzzle. They're very esoteric books, which points to chaos magic. You're going to have to look that one up on yourself, because that is a deep rabbit hole. Chaos magic, Kek, the deity of primordial chaos. And this all links with, you know, 4chan culture and stuff like that. But anyway, TS is a pretty connected individual, because somehow TS, following through the Cicada network, got Issac Kappy a spot on Lift the Veil with Nathan Stoltman and with InfoWars, amongst other people, which I'm going to stick to what I know. I don't want to speculate too much. But Thomas Shoenberger is a bad, bad man. Anyway, so Kappy, you know, he told his story about Seth Green, saying he had, I mean, Seth was probably just joking around. These guys, you know, probably researching on the internet, joking around about, like, Pizzagate and shit like that. And he's just a comedian, you know what I mean? So he's like, this is where I keep the children. I mean, it's kind of funny. I mean, it's just something that's taken out of context, and this whole LARP was built around it. And when Kappy made his little deal with the devil, Shoenberger, he was, you know, always, all of Schoenberger's network, like, people like Liz Crokin and Robot Interiors, and Tracy J. Remington, and Dean A.J. Lyon, and Titus Frost, and all these disinformation shills, man. These are like the worst people in the world. that was the only people that Kappy had in his life. And to support his habit, he couldn't go back to Hollywood, he couldn't go back to acting. The only choice he had was to keep going. He made a mistake. You know, people make mistakes. I'm not faulting Kappy for that. Like, in my addiction, I did some horrendous things that, you know, I can't make up for. I just did the best I can. I just try to put it behind me, you know. I hurt some people, and I regret it. And in the end, when you saw Kappy's Instagram post in his last Periscope, I could feel where he was. I mean, because I've been there, where you got to the point where the money dries up. Because what happened, Isaac was stuck in this LARP land with Shoenberger and his little 3301 group. So he had to live the LARP. He had to, because that was the only way he was going to get donations. And then after he gave his testimony on Lift the Veil and, you know, helping to spread the Pizzagate stuff, he went on to the Voodoo Donut scam, which is a very important piece because I don't know how Vegan Mikey and Issac Kappy know each other. I mean, I know Mikey was involved with music in Hollywood, and so was Shoenberger, and so was Nathan was an actor in Hollywood. Fiona Barnett was an actor in Hollywood who was immediately put on Nathan's Lift the Veil show right after Kappy. But anyway, you can tell that Vegan Mikey and Kappy were real close friends. Like, they were like brothers. And I think that in the end, Kappy wanted to confess, you know, to everything. He wanted, like, these people are sick. I can't believe I let myself in with these people. You know, he was stuck. They used him till he wasn't useful anymore. They threw him away like a used condom. And basically, all he's left with is withdrawal symptoms. Everyone who was real friends to him, like Seth and Claire and Paris and his old people back in Hollywood, like he screwed over for a LARP, you know? Like, he told everyone that his best friend was a pedophile over some joke. Like, he had a conscience. He wasn't an evil person. Like, he had his demons, you know, and he made some bad choices. I don't think he was a bad person. I really don't. It's tragic. Because, you know, he had falling out with Fiona because Fiona Barnett is a very sick individual herself. You know, her LARPs are being promoted through Pizzagate community, through the QAnon community, through the ITNJ, which is some real New World Order social justice shit with like Corey Good and Sather, and that's a whole nother rabbit hole. But poor Kappy, I think he wanted to come clean, but I think the only reason why he didn't fully come clean is because he wanted to protect his boy Vegan Mikey. For whatever reason, man, like the Voodoo Donuts thing he pulled with Mikey and Nathan Stoltman, like, and I don't know how exactly who or how Jason Boss fits into this. And he says he sheltered Kappy and spent $20,000. Being Mikey's a drug addict. Like, I hope, it is my sincerest hope that he gets clean. Because honestly, a clean Mikey can find himself again, like start to love himself again. And he knows this network too. And he's probably the only person in the world that cares enough about Kappy to tell the truth about like what happened to him. He knew him. So if you saw Kappy's last Instagram post, if you saw his last Periscope video, with this information I just told you, it all makes sense. Kappy was at the end of his rope. Like, he didn't have any real good people left in his life to be like, hey man, like, it's okay, I can forgive you for this, man, just get help, like go to rehab, even if you just disappear. Like, at least he would have had his life back. He could have had some peace, you know? These people like Thomas Shoenberger, Nathan Stoltman, especially you piece of shit. And all these people, Robot Interiors, Dean A.J. Lyon, Tracy Joe Remington, these people have absolutely no remorse. These are his friends, supposedly. And instead of, you know, being broken up about it, the body is not even cold yet, and they're out there making fucking YouTube videos. Just so they can keep their LARP alive. So they can keep their sub count, so they can get their monetization and their donations. Because telling the truth about what happened to Kappy, like, well, hey, you know, this fucked up dude, Thomas Shoenberger, put him in a group with us so we can pull off this elaborate fucking huge ass scam, which it basically is. No. The cabal murdered him for outing pedophiles in Hollywood. Who exactly did Kappy expose? Like, I'm not trying to talk down on the man or anything. You know, when you're an addict, man, like, you have to compromise yourself and do things that are just, you lose your moral compass in it all. And I think Kappy had that moment of clarity where he took a hard look at his life up until that moment. He lost all his real friends. You know, he's with these evil people, especially Thomas Shoenberger, who has a habit of calling people Judas Iscariot. Strange that he used that name. I mean, coincidence, whatever. But in the end, like, he had no one because these people did not give a fuck about him. They just wanted to continue making their money, pushing their LARPy bullshit, running their little scams. Anyway, if you want to check on Kappy's death, read the Arizona Daily Sun. That's where the story broke. You know, the two kids that these LARPy pieces of shit will tell you murder Kappy or pushed them, they're minors. They're kids. What are you going to say? They're Illuminati. They're part of the fucking Clinton Foundation fucking... Were they Clinton fucking hitmen? Like, come on. Get fucking real. Like, for real. Like, all the usual suspects. Within a day, all of them just want to use Kappy's death for their own personal gain. They're sick fucking pieces of shit. Every single one of them. Like, I'm a debunker, and I was looking into Kappy for a long time. I watched a lot of his videos. I never hated the guy. I mean, I hate disinformation agents, but, like, I wouldn't wish anyone dead or anything like that. That's just... this really broke my heart. Because I have to live with regret. Well, instead of, you know, like, Kappy left a little bit of a sloppy trail of, which allowed me to connect these different networks or different LARPs, you know, the Pizzagate community, the Q community, the ITNJ. Someone called him a useful idiot. Whether that's true or not, he isn't anymore because he's dead. You know, like, there's going to be conspiracy after conspiracy about Kappy's death. And if you want a conspiracy, the only thing, which I give a less than a 1% chance, only because I want it to be true, is Kappy, being an actor, did what he did, faked his death so he can go into the witness protection program and take down Shoenberger, 3301, Cicada, fucking grift. I don't know. Anyway, love you guys. Just thought I'd share my thoughts.